Imagine being paid to just lie in bed all day. Sounds amazing, right? Well, in the 1950s, students were offered exactly that, $20 a day, which was a lot of money back then, just to stay in a quiet room. But there was a catch. They had to stay completely alone. No phone, no people, nothing. Most of them couldn't last more than 2 days. Some quit after just a few hours. So what happened to them? And how long can you really be alone before your mind starts to break? Here's the thing. Humans are not built to be alone. For thousands of years, being alone meant danger. If you were separated from your group, you couldn't survive. You couldn't hunt. You couldn't protect yourself. You were basically dead. So your brain developed an alarm system. When you're alone too long, your brain treats it like an emergency, like you're starving, like you're in pain. Studies show that loneliness activates the same part of your brain as physical pain. Your brain is literally screaming at you to find other people. And when you ignore that alarm, when you stay alone too long, that's when things get really bad. So let's talk about what happens day by day. Days 1 and 2, everything seems fine. At first, being alone feels okay, maybe even good. You finally have some peace. You can do whatever you want. No stress. This is why people enjoy a quiet weekend alone. But it doesn't last. Day 3 to 7, something changes. Around day 3, your brain starts to panic. You might not even notice it at first. You feel anxious for no reason. You can't sleep well. You feel on edge. One person in a study started hallucinating on day 3. He saw things that weren't there, patterns of light, strange shapes. His brain was already trying to create what it wasn't getting. Week 2, your brain physically changes. After about 2 weeks, real damage starts. Scientists found that isolation actually shrinks parts of your brain. The part that helps you think clearly gets smaller. Your memory gets worse. You can't focus on anything. You start talking to yourself more, not because you're crazy, but because your brain is desperate for any kind of conversation, even with yourself. Week 3 to 4, the breaking point. This is where it gets really scary. After about 15 days, people start hallucinating for real. They see full conversations with people who don't exist. They hear voices. Some people feel like there's someone in the room with them. Your brain is so desperate for human contact that it starts making up people. The United Nations says that after 15 days, isolation becomes torture. That's how bad it is for your mind. Remember those students I mentioned at the beginning? This actually happened at a university in the 1950s. Scientists wanted to understand what happens to people when they're completely isolated. They took student volunteers and put them in small rooms. The students wore special goggles so they couldn't see properly. They had foam padding around their ears so they couldn't hear much. They wore cardboard tubes on their arms so they couldn't feel things normally. All they could do was lie on a bed. The scientists thought people would last for weeks. They were planning to study them for up to 6 weeks, but nobody made it past 7 days. Most quit after 2 or 3 days. They couldn't take it anymore. What happened to them? They couldn't think straight. Simple math problems became impossible. They couldn't remember things, and the hallucinations were intense. Some saw dogs everywhere. Others saw nothing but eyeglasses floating in the air. One person felt like his head was disconnected from his body. After they left the experiment, some said they were afraid they would see ghosts for days afterward. 4 of them said being in that room felt like torture. Now, you might think, well, I'm not in an experiment. This doesn't apply to me. But here's the scary part. You don't need to be completely isolated for this to affect you. Chronic loneliness, even if you see people sometimes, is incredibly dangerous. Research shows that being lonely increases your risk of dying early by 26%. Social isolation increases it by 29%. That's about the same risk as smoking 15 cigarettes every single day. People who are lonely have more heart disease and strokes, higher rates of depression and anxiety, weaker immune systems, their brains age faster, and memory problems. And millions of people are living like this right now. People working from home alone every day. Elderly people living by themselves. Anyone who moved to a new city and hasn't made friends yet. Here's something crazy. Even just 8 hours without any social contact drains your energy as much as not eating for 8 hours. Your body needs social connection like it needs food. And here's the weird thing about today. We're more connected than ever, right? We have phones, social media, video calls, but we're lonelier than we've ever been. Why? Because your brain knows the difference. Scrolling through Instagram doesn't give your brain what it needs. Texting doesn't do it. Even video calls aren't the same as being with someone in person. Your brain wants real, face-to-face human contact. Warning signs you're alone too much. You talk to yourself constantly. You feel anxious or sad without knowing why. You can't sleep, or you sleep too much. Small things make you extremely upset. You forget things easily. You feel like you're watching your life from outside your body. If this sounds like you, your brain is sending you a warning signal. So how long can you be alone before you lose your mind? Science says serious damage starts around 15 days. After 30 days, some of the effects can become permanent. Your brain can literally change in ways that don't fully go back to normal. But here's the good news. Most damage can be reversed when you reconnect with people. Even small interactions help. A conversation with a barista, a phone call with a friend, joining a group or club, going to a place where people are. Your brain wants to connect. It's designed for it. If you're feeling isolated, don't wait. Reach out to someone today. Text a friend. Call your family. Go somewhere with people. Because being alone isn't just about feeling lonely. It's actually dangerous for your health and your mind. If you found this interesting and want to learn more about psychology and how your brain works, consider subscribing to MindRoot. We make videos about human behavior and the mind that help you understand yourself and the world better. Thanks for watching.